In this video, we're going to look at how you can optimize DaVinci for smooth playback. First of all, let's find some drivers. I'm using NVIDIA, so we're gonna look for that. In this field, type in your GPU name. I'm using a GTX 1660 Ti, so I'm gonna select that. Down here, you can also select your OS. I'm using Windows 10. Now on this page we want to select specifically studio drivers as they're optimized for things like DaVinci, Premiere and so on. Now click download and wait for it to download. Once the installer is downloaded, click on it, select OK and wait for it to extract files. Select agree and continue, and in this window select custom, then press next. In this window, we're going to keep everything as is and also tick perform a clean installation, then select next. Once the driver is installed, I would recommend rebooting your PC. And now finally we're in DaVinci. The first thing you should do is go to the menu bar, select DaVinci Resolve and then Preferences. In this window, go to the Memory and GPU section, and in the GPU processing mode, deselect Auto and select CUDA instead. You should also tick Use Neural Engine Optimization on NVIDIA, and you can leave GPU selection at Auto if you want. Next, in the Media Storage section, click Add to add a fast SSD drive on your computer. It's recommended to use a second drive that's different from the one where your OS is installed. Down here you can also select where proxy files will be generated. I usually set this to proxy subfolders. Next, in the decode options, select Use GPU for Blackmagic Raw Decode, and especially select Decode H.264 and H.265 using NVIDIA only. You should also select Use GPU for RAID, decompression, and debayer if you're ever going to use RAID files. Then click Save. Now in the menu bar, select File, Project Settings, and here in the Master Settings section, scroll down to Optimized Media and Render Cache. Here in the Proxy Media Resolution, you want to set this to half, which will be half of the resolution of your original files, or quarter, which will be a quarter of that. In the proxy media format, you can select DNxHR. I usually select the lowest one, which is LB, but it takes a lot of time and a lot of space to generate, so you can use H.264 instead. In the upper right corner, you can also save these settings as a preset so you can use them later. And you can also set these settings as defaults so that you don't have to change them every time you create a new project. Now click Save. Now let's go and create some proxies for our video files. Select the files, right-click them, and click Generate Proxy Media. This might take some time, but your videos will play back a lot smoother this way. Now in the upper right corner, select Prefer Proxies. You can also select that in the playback menu by going to Proxy Handling and clicking Prefer Proxies. If you want to improve the playback of your videos even further, you can change the timeline proxy resolution to half or quarter. Last but very important change. Right-click your timeline, select Timelines and go to Timeline Settings. Here you want to untick Use Project Settings, and in the Timeline Resolution dropdown, select Full HD even if you're editing in 4K. And then click OK. As you can see here in the upper left, the video is playing back smoothly at its original 30 FPS frame rate. Oh, and one more thing. Once you've edited the video, don't forget to change the timeline resolution back to 4K before exporting the video if you plan to export it in 4K. That is all. Thanks for watching.